Hello everybody. My name is VGY, aka VideoGamezYO, aka the worst Johnny Cage in the world. And today, what I will be bringing you guys is a defense guide. Now, you guys have probably heard my voice a billion times with the amount of DashFight guides for characters I've made. And I really hope you guys enjoyed that, and I got some really nice feedback from you guys in the comments, so I really appreciate that. But today, like I said, I'm going to be doing a defense guide. And I'll get more into what we're going to be doing as we get to each part. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the guide. Be sure to comment your favorite part of the guide as we go through, because I want to make sure you guys are enjoying. And without further ado, let's get the hell in there. Okay, so for the first section, I'm going to be going over defensive options. Now, as you can see, I've picked Scorpion and Sub-Zero here just to make sure it's as bare bones as possible with the two poster boys of the game. And I've also tagged the main defensive options that you're going to be using on the screen. There is one that isn't tagged, which is jump, but obviously I can't tag a jump, so I'll just explain that. That'll be the sixth option. So essentially, what I've tagged here, I've tagged the down one, and the down one is a universal low poke that every character has access to. It does vary in speed from character to character, so all characters aren't going to have the same speed of a down one. Scorpion, for example, has a 7-frame down one, whereas Eren, Terminator have a 6-frame. But then characters like Frost, for example, have an 8-frame down one. So down ones vary in speed, but down ones are your typical high crush, turn stealing fast poke that you can do to then start your offense and jail whatever you wish. You can do down into throw, down into string to jail in case they try and duck, down into overhead in Scorpion's case, down one short hop. The world's your oyster. Down one mid, in case they try and duck, down one, whatever you would like. The possibilities are endless after this, because you have frame advantage. You can start your offense, and it's a way of trying to get your offense started safely, because down ones are always safe. I don't believe there's ever been a case where a down one is unsafe. I could be wrong though, but I really don't think that is the case. We also have up 2 and up 3. Now, your up 2 and your up 3 are going to be what you use on wake up and on flawless block. So if I control Sub-Zero here and I record him to knock me over like this, as you can see, my up 3 goes through his next sweep. This does require an offensive and a defensive bar, as you can see from in the bottom left. But as you can see here, it goes through his next sweep that he does. This is because it's invincible, and up 3s are invincible from the second you press them, and you cannot be interrupted out of an up 3 ever. It's truly invincible. It's the only truly invincible thing in the game, I'm pretty sure. Everything else is either armored or just not invincible. So your up 3 is going to be your go-to if you read that your opponent's going to press a button on your wake up, or you just want to try and steal your turn back through some offense. You can also do this on flawless block, as you can see there. I can't believe I just did that first time, and on wake up. However, something you guys will see now, and we're going to move on to the next one, is up 2. As you can see, I'm up 2ing there, but the sweep is still hitting me. That is because up 2s are not invincible, and they are mainly for launching purposes. So if you can see there, I get a combo. Now you can do this, or you can do this on wake up. Normally when you would do an up 2 is when you read a jump. So if your opponent knocks you down and you read a jump, you'd up 2. Because obviously they're airborne, you're going to get a launcher. But as you saw, up 2s are not invincible, so I would not recommend doing these on wake up. Next we have forward get up roll and backwards get up roll. Obviously forward is going to be a more offensive roll because you're going towards your opponent in pretty much every case. So if I can demonstrate again, as you can see here, forward roll, I go behind him. Backward roll, I go further in front of him. I get further away. Now, the thing about rolls, which I will test for you now, is that they are, as you can see, not invulnerable to throws. So if he sweeps me, throws, he catches the roll. However, if he does a strike, it is invincible to the strike. So it's invincible to everything but a throw, and that also includes command grabs too. And then the last thing is obviously a jump, which avoids throws, but obviously can be interrupted with a strike. And one thing that you can see there is the breakaway, but I will get more into the breakaway in the next section of the guide. So that will cover our defensive options in a basic sense, and now we will move on. Next section we're going to go over is neutral. Now this is something that a lot of people really struggle with, and it's something I struggled with personally when I started playing this game. But the concept of neutral is basically the part of the match where no one has got a hit yet, or they may have had a hit yet, but mainly people are fishing for the hit. So you're in the space, no one's attacking anyone, no one's defending. It's just this middle ground here where you're fishing for a hit and you're trying to get your offense started, like I said, with your tools that you start your offense with, your mids, your down ones, your overheads, you know, maybe your teleports if they're throwing a projectile. But this space right here and this situation is neutral. Now a lot of people ask, how do you get better at neutral? How do you get better fundamentals? How do you land the hit more consistently than your opponent? And there's a lot of ways that you can do this. So number one is waiting for your opponent to do something unsafe, like so. If they get too greedy in neutral, you make sure that you punish them really hard for it. Like so. You make sure that you punish them. 100% you want to make sure that they're not going to make such mistakes again. Because they may, like, you know, these opportunities may happen just once. So you want to make sure that that one time that it does happen, you punish them super hard for it, so that they're, you know, you're getting really big payout. Another thing that will help you with winning the neutral is if an opponent does a jump, for example, and you anti-air the jump, like so. Oh my goodness, I anti-aired too well there. Yeah, like so. So if they jump, trying to get a cheeky jump kick on you, being impatient, you make them suffer for it. Another way that you could win neutral, or basically just overcome what your opponent's trying to do in neutral, is whiff punishing. As you can see, Sub-Zero whiffs, I whiff punish. And again, make sure you can also whiff punish in between the string as well. But I'd recommend you probably wait for such strings. Like I can give you an example with Scorpion as well, if I record a Scorpion doing a string. Like so. Like that. And then punish, like so. And you just want to make sure that you're always doing this, or trying to do this consistently, to the point where it puts your opponent off of doing such things, because it's important that you don't whiff. Whiffing is probably one of the worst things you can do in this game. If I just, you know, start pressing buttons left, right and center and start like pressing from here, whiffing, like, it's not going to do anything for me. You have to make sure that when you do press a button, it means something. There should be a reason behind you pressing the button that you're pressing. And that's what I tell everyone when they always come to my stream and ask me questions and say, hey, VGY, how do you do this? How do you get better at that? How do you get such a good game sense? It's about, and the one thing I tell them is, and this is like a uniform response, it's mainly just make sure that everything you do and every button you press is for a reason. And if I ask someone, hey, why did you do this? And they can't tell me why, that is already an error, and you should rethink your approach. If I press a button, I know why I've pressed the button, right? So make sure when you guys are in neutral and you're trying to feel out your opponent, because obviously there's a lot of things that go into it. You've got opponent tendencies, you've got the character that you're against, you've got the matchup against your character. You know, there's so many different things. You've got the stage you're on, you've got the interactables that are present, because I'm in this stage, for example, you have this hammer that's in the corner. You have something that you can jump off of in the right corner and the left corner. So obviously that is going to change the neutral game to the point where you have to consider other factors. Scorpion has a teleport, Sub-Zero has an ice ball, you know? If I record myself doing an ice ball with Sub-Zero, Scorpion can teleport it on reaction. Free punish. And that's very easy to do. As you can see, I can wait till the last minute and still punish that. So it's very important to understand that when you're doing something, you've got to take into account a lot of different factors before you make said decisions. I hope I gave you guys a good insight on what I believe neutral is, and how to win neutral, tips on neutral, ways you can try and enhance your neutral. Let me know in the comments if I could have added anything to that, but without further ado, we'll move on to the final section of the guide. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching today's guide. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. I didn't want to make it too long because I didn't want to overwhelm a lot of you that are trying to learn the concept of defense, neutral, etc. So like I said, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments, what I could have done better, what I did great. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. Make sure to sub to DashFight and follow all their socials, which I'm sure will be in the description. Lovely people over there, as I keep saying. And yeah, I hope you guys just have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.